I've been studying elements in the periodic table, and when I heard the word nitrium, it made me laugh, because I was thinking of laughing gas. So I looked it up online, and the only thing I could find was from the memory alpha on the Star Trek wiki, and they could only guess that nitrium was either an alloy or a metallic element. But the history buff in me remembered that nitrium is a variant of natrium, which was the original name for the element sodium. I mean, doctors even call low sodium levels in the blood hyponatremia, even still. So, as I read up on my Star Trek wiki, I suddenly realized how essential this nitrium really was. If you remember basic chemistry, sodium reacts violently with water, disintegrating or even exploding. No, you're thinking of salt, and that's not straight sodium. That's why it mixes with water. You're okay with that one. But as I read, nitrium, which was the first name of sodium, was prevalent in asteroids and was used in many places in the construction of the Federation's starships. Now, when it comes to our own bodies, sodium, or should I say nitrium, controls blood pressure and blood volume. It's essential in our bodies to keep everything running smoothly. So it makes total sense that Galaxy-class starships use nitrium in their ships, from computers to engines to even life support systems. Nitrium was so crucial to the cost of living. You see, I expanded my research from Star Trek Wiki to straight-up Wikipedia, and I discovered that parasites were actually eating the nitrium all over the Enterprise, jeopardizing that ship's integrity. Because, as I've learned, with every periodic table element out there, there's a good side and a bad side. If nitrium is used all over the Enterprise, something could easily go wrong to destroy the ship as well. I mean, think of it. In our own bodies, when sodium, or nitrium, reacts with water, it forms sodium hydroxide. But that reaction gets the hydrogen so hot that it burns. And if nitrium was the original name for sodium, that probably explains why you never see a Galaxy-class starship entering a planet's atmosphere. Because there's water in the air. Because really, the people at Star Trek learned that even a little water in the air would be enough to make the starship disintegrate around them. Really, whenever the Enterprise actually goes to a planet, they never actually land on the planet with their big Galaxy-class starship. They just send a shuttle, or they beam someone down to the planet. Because if this case, that water in the air that's embedded in the atmosphere, that water would react with the sodium, that water would react with the nitrium, and it might actually do the Enterprise in. As I said, with all the elements I've studied, there's a good side and a bad side to them. We might desperately need them, but there also may sometimes be something that'll do us in if they're mixed in just the right way. Because if you sit in a lab in the 21st century, you can watch this element react with water in a beaker. And if you're going where no one has gone before in the 24th century, you might have to be sure that your nitrium-rich ship sees no water in space and finds no parasites that might eat you out of your only way back home.